use is not their access codes. The codes for slaves follow patterns. There are standard and unique codes. The internal programming alters have the power to change codes if they need to protect the programming. They will have to hypnotically work with alters when they trance out at night. In other words, most of their programming of front alters will be done when a system lies down for sleep, more accurately described as for trance. If the internal alters change many codes, in their efforts to protect the system, they will even make it difficult for the handler/programmer to get into the system. Ciphers develop rotors that require lines to line up. Some simple schemes using this principle appear in some monarch systems. This is part of the science of structuring. Intelligence codes often come from the Bible or popular fiction books. The deeper codes are occult words, often in foreign languages such as Arabic, which is an important language in the upper occult world. Slaves will be given cover names for ops, and often males receive female names and vice versa. Very shortly, we will provide the monarch hypnotic cues, codes, for the multitude of functions that a monarch's mind must carry out. The type of programming which is placed in a slave varies. For intelligence operations, the slave will have to have bona fides, which are codes to allow two people to meet. All slaves are given control signs which allow them to indicate by a code that they are in trouble. A recognition signal allows two people to make contact. For instance, the handler might fly his distinctive sounding plane over a slave's house in a prearranged signal. It might also be a particular colored scarf, and a particular set of phrases. A go-away code is a prearranged signal that means it is unwise to make contact. The go-away signal is placing one's hands in one's pocket or turning the porch lights off. A go-to-ground signal means to go into hiding. A mayday book exists for Illuminati and intelligence slaves, which allows them to call if they are about to be murdered. A telephone number is left open for just this purpose. Also, common universal Illuminati codes can be used by the slave to get set free from police and judges. Within the Jehovah's Witnesses, especially their headquarters, the Illuminati uses Nokian language to program with. With Druidic branches, Druidic symbols are used. With the Jewish groups, Hebrew is used. Other languages are also used. An Illuminati system can easily have 6 different languages used as programming codes. The foreign language codes will be for small parts of the system only. Special artificial languages are also employed, as well as sign language. Monarch mind control codes. Contents: A alpha, basic. B beta, sexual. C chi, return to cult. D delta, assassination. E epsilon, animal alters. F omega, internal computers. G gamma, demonology. H hypnotic inductions. I Janus Alex callbacks, end times. K theta, psychic warfare. K Tinkerbell, never grow up /alien. L twinning, teams. M soul metric military. N songs, reminders. 0. Zeta, snuff films. Alter system codes. Q Catholic programming. R Nexa programming. S hand signals. T programming site codes, used for slave model codes, etc. A alpha. These basic commands are also found used in many slaves, although there will be exceptions to everything. Get on your toes. Stay on your toes means attention slave, get ready for a command. On your toes is a preparatory command that will be used throughout an entire system. If you please serve from Wizard of Ounce. When it says this like yes.
Wizard of Ounce.
3 tap code for access. Follow the snaps. Listen and obey our commands, this is for your own good. Fiddler equals code to take one to Never Never Land. Puppet master, name of master for marionette or puppet program. Daddy master. Daddy's friend, a user of slave approved by master. Papa, master. White rabbit master. You'll speak my words when I pull your strings. Puppet programming control of what slave will to say. Spill IP trigger command port rings. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood's Land of Make-Believe was used for the programming code script, IMMR. Rogers. 2. I pull all the strings. And I pull strings on you. Twinkling, twitching, of the nose bewitched programming to cast spell or order on slave. Name of altar, you will come forth and obey, or obey and come forth. Another basic way of getting an altar would be simply to spin the person and call out the altar's name, or to snap the finger and call out the name of the altar. Access was accomplished for a number of Illuminati slaves by a message via phone or letter. Then a looking glass person takes the system to a location outside of the house, maybe simply to the sidewalk. There the person is picked up. The left hand is then grasped on the soft part of the hand between the fingers very tightly. This pulls up an altar with an egg. The egg is then opened by a to communicate to the ribbons and the computer. Access phone calls to slaves may have high-speed codes transmitted that trigger the slave subliminally without their conscious awareness. Access to some people is done with computer-like jargon online access, then identification, then color code, then name, enter, run. Computer lingo such as command mode, all disk drives and hard drives. Erase. Dot format. Drive, copy, on delete purged memory drive, where some of the newer slave programmers are also computer programmers. They enjoy transferring their computer lingo to use in controlling their programmed slaves. They may even throw in some fax lingo such as dial all remotes. Initialization, ATSO handshake between all remotes, handshake completed. The color of the car to pick up a system may relate to the color coding of the altars to be picked up, such as white exterior, blue interior for a white altar, then blue altar access sequence. Basic internal emergency color codes for a system. Here are several different code reds, etc., not just one in a slave. What follows is not the complete information about the codes, although it is possible some slaves have a simplified version like this. Code green, Dr. Green, suicide programming, tied to no top programming. Code blue, victim's body freezes in motion and can't move until another code is given. Code red, victim gets angry and violent. Code red, another code red has the standard monarch meaning, serious self-destruct. Program code yellow, victim gets jealous, angry, and wants to violently get even. Code black, used to get victims to get on their ritual clothes. Code white, code to protect the cult members from arrest. When police see the code white, they treat the people as untouchable. Code 911 to activate the slave for an emergency calling. Certain altars will have a code 911 also used with standard monarch meaning of call your programmer / disarm. 3. Get rid of a dangerous altar. 2 snaps plus shutdown to shut down an altar. Let the kings be kings. Let the bankers be bankers. Let the priests speak. Priests saying to justify their master-slave relationship to the masses of humanity. There are code words for Illuminati members to tell police and judges that will automatically get them set free. Masonic handshakes and codes also work well with judges, police and government workers. The sun setting the following day was used as a trigger for slave to forget events. For the cat altars, a certain word is given to trigger them to go over the rainbow after an event in order for them to forget it. From the rising of the sun till the going down of the same, programmed in but. Using the scripture, go into the sea of forgetfulness, a hypnotic structure in the mind to forget. Waterfalls are also used as a hypnotic image to forget pain and memory. Retype a letter, reprogram, jewels equals programs. The cats and the fiddle need tuned up slave to handler, I need to be reprogrammed. There are 3 words to trigger a suicide program. 1. Fate. 2. Intentionally left out. 3. Book. Another suicide program trigger is when the dominoes fall. Go over the block. 3x. Causes suicide in some altars. Sacred Heart equals Catholic/Jesuit suicide program. Some suicide programs are set off with a long tone over the phone along with a code number. Kermit may be a code because Kermit is the universal language for connecting computers together. It is a single standard to exchange files between any two systems. All memories, traumas, and tortures are coded. Body programs are coded. Letters. A clone program creates clones of an alter, also called lollipop or lobster program. Imagery is that sesame seeds fall off of a hamburger bun and becomes another hamburger. Codes to all the various basic systems: Carousel 5323422223. Castle System 2214353321. Communication 3111466623. Double Helix 4324433321. Level 2113. Nexus System 3235423321. Pentagram 4211361113. Pool of Death 2311344421. Puppet 3411243321. Soul Metric 665421134. Spiderweb 3216543321. Stairwell 4321111132. Quibbler 4234543334. Tornado 3321464444. Umbrella System 3143211014. Alice in Wonderland program. The White Rabbit is a programming figure for Alice in Wonderland programming who will allow you to go to otherwise inaccessible places for adventure. He represents the master. The White Rabbit is an important figure to the slave. White Rabbit gives a wafer, coke, sugar, cocaine, to Alice and says eat me or eat me and I'll take you through the door. Takes master into closed part of the rainbow. The Queen of Hearts is also an important figure for commands in the Looking Glass world which the slave enters upon command. When a deep slave altar is needed to perform, they are sent into the Looking Glass world where a Looking Glass person carries out the command but in a way that reality is thought to be a dream. In other words, this is a preparatory command to get the slave ready for abuse. Use the key. Put IT in the lock. Turn. Open the door, and step through a window or mirror into Never Never Land. Something enlightening to transport you faster than the OL Ruby slippers. Click your heels together and be there in a snap. Slave clicks heels, electrifying. With the rumble of thunder. Bolting through time. So you won't be late. For a very important date. Alice in Wonderland. Programming, this is the wording to use deep altars. The code word involves something said about the stroke of midnight. The melting pot program. A very powerful program is activated by melting the slave into his master. The slave will do anything for the master with this program. The melting is the ecstasy that is occasionally experienced when lovers having sex seem to melt into each other.
Twice.
This feeling of ecstasy melting is programmed to release when the master says these words. Melt into your melted mirror for an electrifying ride.
Jesus.
Look deep into the black of my melting mirror eyes. See you reflecting me, reflecting you, reflecting me, reflecting you, reflecting me, reflecting you, reflecting me, reflecting you. Count this several times, until we melt together and sink deep. Words omitted into the other side. Melt into my mirror, you lose yourself into the pool of liquid mirror, step into the looking glass, sink deep within its pool, and straddle the dimensions in time.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
see you there, along with my friends. CIT through the looking glass infinity mirror programming involving mirror image people, altars. Lose yourself in the infinity mirrors. Wizard of Ounce program. The yellow brick road is the script or programmed set of instructions one must follow. It also serves as a runway for altars to take off from their internal world and take the body. Follow the yellow brick road. There is a code to get through the poppy field, trance state. Some altars to get through the poppy field need to put on a new dress and a new image. The poppy field may be called the field of forget-me-not. In this way it is linked to the daisies of Dr. Green. To get into the poppy field is easy. It is sleep, sleep, sleep. See other induction methods on another page. There's a pair of magic shoes to wear with your dress. Something enlightening, to transport you faster than the OL furry slippers. When the slave is finished being used, they return from Never Never Land to Kansas. To do this they are told, click your fields. There's no place like home. They might be reminded you're now going over the rainbow to the other world. Tin Man Programming. The Tin Man Programming is all-purpose versatile program for whatever the master needs done. It means that the slave is a well-oiled machine. Sometimes the slave is reluctant to do a job, but he is being told that he is a well-oiled machine. The exact words may vary with the mission, but the following are exact words. Leave your shell. Activate, machine. Count down 1 to 10. Soon we'll have you purring like a well-oiled machine. All of your moving parts are pivotal and gliding with ease. Melt into my hands. Take my commands. I'll hold your jaw to keep IT from slipping while you slip through a window in time.
What?
Program code for memory.
Fuck you, dude.
Electroshock mirror all around. On the ceiling, on the ground. Spinning faster round and round. Are you up or are you down? Are you down or are you up? IT really doesn't matter. Because when this mirror bubble bursts, everything will shatter. Go Key West is key. Several slaves have this code, related to said. Robert Bird and Ounce Programming. Galaxy Programming, or the is also connected to the Ounce Programming. Illuminati slaves.
Fuck you.
The story will represent the mother of darkness altars, Ozma will represent the ruler of the castle, and Glinda will have the great book of records. Ring of Glinda, from Glinda of Ounce, P16, gives protection. Body programs. Control program. See Omega Programming Universal Function Codes for internal system codes for body programs. Sometimes these body programs are filed with a combination of Hebrew and zodiac signs. Greek letters are also file no.s at times of body programs. Rivers of Blood Circulation Control Program. This program totally controls the circulatory system. The victim may think they are losing lots of blood and go into heart failure. Octopus Strangulation Suicide Program. The internal defenses consists in part of body programs that are triggered if the mind-controlled slave steps out of line. Here is a good list of some of these body programs, each of which has its own codes. Auditory problems, blood flow/circulation, burning as if on fire, digestive failure, headaches, split brain, heart failure, histamine production, optic problems, respiratory failure, sleep deprivation, sleeping program, and temperature change. The suicide programs that can go off include Armageddon, clowns cutting, cutter program, pain is love, disembowelment, drug overdose, Gethsemane, hypnosleep, injection of bleach, poison, octopus, Red Sea, shooting programs, shotgun, Russian roulette, shooting family, etc., war in the heavens and wrecking the car. Along with the suicide programs that can be triggered are programs that jerk the victim's mind every which way, which include bee stinging program, put in by placing the drugged victim being near large swarms of bees humming and then letting a bee sting the victim, busy cleaning program, crazy program, flooding, from Atlantis, isolate and hibernate program, memory erasure program, pain programming, paper doll program, protection by trance, revolving switching, scrambling program, and structuring programming, tumbleweed program, water jar shaking program, Ahab stomping the grapes Bible-based program making mush out of the brain. Cutting programs are often hidden behind the bee swarming program. Alpha and Omega is a strong program. Sometimes saying Alpha and Omega helps alleviate headaches. DNA program, this uses a lot of number codes. This is a double helix which is used as an elevator shaft running down through a system. Numbers are used in the names of cities to go down the elevator shafts. This programming is said to be done in hospitals. Card codes. Regular playing cards have developed from the occult tarot cards. The four suits correspond to magic. The spades mean the power from the sphere of destruction. The diamond means a civilian pyramid or demonic power of wealth. And the club is a clover meaning fortune and fate. And the heart means devotion and loyalty. The four suits work well in programming because anything that is broken down in 4S or a multiple of 4 can be coded with cards. Anything that can be broken down into 12S or 2S can be given cards. Card codes work well with clocks. The suits can denote seasons. With jokers, one gets 13 cards per suit. With 4 suits gives 365 unique symbols to denote the days of the year. Dominoes can also be used on a base 13 code system. The blank will equal 13. Carousel system. There is a backside to enter the carousel. Courier pigeon, slaves who send coded or uncoded messages, and their contact codes. Birds used for contacts. That is, birds in cages are often used as a sign of a meeting place. The contact would say, "What did the bird say?" or "A little bird told me." Then the courier pigeon delivers her message. I've come a long way to see you. Words to say by system to John or to person to be met. There's an endless variety of the right person is the right person. Code for passing drugs. Rhinestone cowboy, to which the response from the slave would be, "I'm not a cowboy, I'm a cowgirl." Emerald earrings have been a visual signal to customs agents to a person carrying drugs. CP Delta for deeper carrier pigeon codes. Castle system. May need a special ring worn by and turned by the handler. Flowers program. CSP940YP587 code to designate a flower tying 3 generations. Umbrella program code RX4X5Y58876. Gem codes. Sample correspondences of gem codes. 1. Aries, Diamond. 2. Gemini, Topaz. 3. Cancer, Cat's Eye. 4. Leo, Ruby. 5. Virgo, Emerald. 6. Libra, Opal. 7. Scorpio. 8.
Fuck this guy.
Turquoise. 9.
Aquaman.
Black Onyx. 10. Aquarius, Crystal. 11. Pisces, Sapphire. Potter's Wheel. Stand in order according to rank and serial no. Part of a stacking command to get altars in sequence together to work on them. Dominoes and cards are used as part of the stacking queues. Dr. Stars programming, which places pentagrams into people, uses 1. Sigils as codes the occult symbols for the various demons, along with 2. A color, 3. A gate, and 4. A number form a complete code. For example, first gate is the god Nana, number 30, color silver, ladder of lights, god of the moon. See illustration. To access the system, the abusers often have an object as part of the pickup code, such as a set of card keys, a special coin token, a business card, jewelry, or certain clothes or packages. A pop or liquor drink is knocked 3 times on the table when it is served. Who would be the wiser that 3 knocks is an access code? Matrices. A word matrix code is where the victim is given 2 lists of words, and then each word on the left list is paired with a word on the right list to form a code. Randy Noblet, a therapist, gave an example of a basic pattern for a word matrix. And this is simply quoted from his example to give the reader an idea. Start at xenophobe between thoughts, endless beginning throughout forever, get out trepidation over beneath. Fun execute when lose first and form benign. Beginning end tonight last morning thorough the end. B beta, sexual. Sexual altars. Most of the following codes are for deep sexual altars. In Illuminati systems these are called beta altars. In CIA systems they create beta models whose primary function is to provide sex, usually perverted sex and S&M, for the perverts who run our secret government and visible government. Beta models are those whose primary job is sexual, such as service as a presidential model, sex slave for a president. Beta 2, Beta 601, etc. Domino codes for spinners can be 6 to 3, 6 to 4, 8 to 4, 8 to 5, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, 12 to 8. The 13th kitten then would be left blank. Spinner dominoes have spinner kittens off of them when a spinner domino code is used. In this case 6 to 2 could take you to the beta level. 10 little Indians, 9 little Indians, 1 little, 2 little. Dash association W/Morse code call. Back telephone no. 3 little kittens have lost their mittens. Kitten alters have stepped outside of their programming and need fixed by the master. Hotel California means a place to have sexual gratification. Stroking under chin along with have a ball ton IDHD. Cinderella programming. Stroking under the chin along with purr for me kitten. Magic shoes or red slippers are used to switch to get specific sexual alters. The slippers are click 3x to get deeper sexual alters. Come here my kitten, and let me pet you. Purr for me now. That's a fluffy kitten. Call for young sexual alter. Passion used 3x with other words as a sexual trigger, such as throwing your passion. Passion is a strong program word for sex. Red dot, spin spin spin, become another person. This is sent to a mother kitten before she is told which spin kitten to get from her litter. It is a preparatory command meaning call your spinner. Spin kittens we gotta get dressed. Dot in 5 minutes along with being spun produces specific sexual kitten. 9 lives of kittens means 9 sexual alters taken in sequence. When spun in a counterclockwise fashion, the sexual menu is from 1 to 9. With 3 and 5 being oral sex. Heat of hell are used as trigger words in this programming. The 10th revolution is to beg to be whipped. Turn around 10 spin for me. The heat of hell ignites after the 6th spin. Ride ponies dash means to do sex for both egg and GER slaves. Play horsey sexual games, mounting a horse dash dash obvious catnap sex, catnip cocaine. Tweedledee and Tweedledum S&M programs involving mirror image alters. Not to be confused with Humpty Dumpty self-destruct program. 6 is sex. 7 is heaven. 8 is grave. 9 your mind. This means to fall under the master submission, has sexual overtones. ITSY Bitsy Boop access code pertaining to Betty Boop programming, which is a certain type of female behavior. Alters the codes may be. Beta 1 Mary A equals 1.
Alright, back up off me, Bubba.
C equals 3. B equals 4. Beta 2 Mary A equals 4. B equals 3. C equals 2. D equals 1. Beta 3 Mary A equals 3. B equals 4. C equals 1. D equals 2. Then these might be set in combination 34 12 4321 12 34 x3. An American system used with Latin icons may have a beta alter activated by the movement of 2 small Mexican flags and a code word in Spanish USTACA nada, cream. CG, return to cult. Chi programming uses a lot of idiosyncratic phrases. Chi programming. Some of the Chi programming has been listed in the Alpha programming section. P Delta, assassination. Delta alters are activated to kill by the following 3 things. 1 seeing specific clothing. 2 items held in a person's hand, and 3 particular words. Since these items would be specific for a particular murder, there is no particular specifics that can be given. Courier pigeon. Alters. In Illuminati systems these are delta beta alters. Clockwork meaning the steeple of carrier pigeons appear. To turn a genie free, pop a cork. Turn your genie free, pop a cork. An internal internal controller must activate the umbrella or genie bottle pop report program to release a delta or delta beta alter. Your wish is my command. I dream of genie programming. You are what you read. Passbook program. Programming to remember bank numbers and other specific numbers. I sent a message in a bottle. Distinctive jewelry and clothes. Emerald earrings used as a signal to others that a message was being carried. Emeralds mean drugs. Rubies mean prostitution. Diamonds, rhinestones, presidential model work. Red, white and blue worn sometimes by presidential models. High-level reporting alters forget their messages with 2 file numbers. Name of alter, dot. Some systems have one name with several different numbers attached to indicate alters within one area and purpose. Sergeant 1, up to Sergeant 60. Or say access 1143 Marcy and then other Marcys are numbered with other numbers. Spaceships and flags are association with Sergeant alters. Delta Black Widow alters have a web, fangs, poison, eggs, and silk strand connectors. Viper is the demon associated with Black Widows, and they are programmed to reconnect their strands if all of the connectors are not taken out. Index finger pointed at head means Russian roulette. E epsilon, animal alters. These codes aren't known. One method that may be used, for instance, is for the raven alters who are to tear the body's flesh. The story of Noah's Ark where he sent the raven out will be paired with the word twig, and a code formed from twig. There are some alters which are to actually act like animals, and their codes somehow tie in with what they are. F Omega, internal computers. The Omega programming works along with an executive and Grand Druid Council, and internal programmers. The executive control board is associated with both numbers of the clock, and precious gems and metals such as 9 o'clock gold. The Beast computer can be accessed with scripture triggers associated with the vision of Daniel of the Beast, and its 10 toes. The 10 toes are an important part of the code in some models. Universal code for access to internal computers. Key Manual 3312-311-3211. Program Computer 2213-311. 3332 Function Computer 1112-313-2221 Ren Computer 133213213322554323112L /S5543-423-2312 Reen List Reprogram No.S223-1231-443-2312 33231223. An input code is 666FFF666FFF666. The reverse of this code is F6F6F6F6F6F6F6F6F6F6F6. One victim's computer ran on Code War game. Some beast computers have 666, 666, 666 as an access code and 999, 999, 999 as a beast back out and close out code. There are various computers, one on each level. These have some standard codes and some individual codes. Universal function codes computer code 554-342-32312 which hold the following codes. Abduction 451-1321. Anger 421-3261. Assassination 533-2135 Bank of Lies 312-4532 Blindness 256-6553 Brain Disorder 632-5512 Body Gesture 133-2221 Body Functions 431-1322 Callback Ritual 666-4113 Child Control 3214441 Circle in Fields 333-2241 Confusion 664-3252 Control 432-1341 Death 332-4553 Death 145-1621 Denial 231-1444 Despair 322-3412 Distortion 623, 3322. Disorder of bones 456, 1321. Disorder of breathing 553, 2111. Disorder of eating 334, 2136. Division 321, 1652. False memories 331, 4532. Fear 266, 5132. Fleeing 561, 3354. Game playing 156, 1321. Guilt 432, 1231. Hatefulness 533, 1241. Hopelessness 111, 2364. Illness 156, 6432. Infiltration 223, 1335. Insanity 214, 4312. Inside Reporters 113, 3265. Loyalty to Group 336, 4112. Mu 221, 3541. Murder 322, 1456. Nonsense 266, 5443. Outside Reporters 113, 2256. Reprogram Others 455, 5643. Reprogram Self 113, 3432. Response Triggers 444, 1221. Retardation S131, 4555. And 4556. Sabotage 113, 5461. Seduction 213, 4121. Self-body harm 332, 13436211, 6652. Shame 312, 2115. Suicide 311, 3246. Trigger 132, 4652. Trigger Others 444, 2211. Zombie 332, 1556. Under each of these codes, other codes may be attached. For instance, under body gestures, the following functions are coded and the sample coding scheme would look like this. Talk verbally 345, 6343. Touch chest 232, 2132. Touch hair 332, 3221. Touch mouth 543, 4232. Touch nose 544, 3232. Rainbow and altar which speaks only in rhymes. Ribbons are in a box with rainbow. A ribbon might be accessed by several /1 things and Rubicon 2,4,6,8. 3x. Hickory dickory dock rhyme is associated with the vortex which is tied to turning the system and also to some death altars. Dominoes set off flooding programs to overload the person. Program numbers on some slaves are put in by touching the third eye with the index finger and speaking the number. G Gamma, demonology. In Satan's realm, demons are fathered or split off in families like altars are. There will be a Moloch number 101, and a Moloch 10,321. The victim has already 10. For a better understanding of this area of programming, see Chapter 10 Section I. Gamma programming includes all the demonic activity. In this section one can add the Kabbalah's Tree of Life which has alphabet codes, backup programs to regenerate, associated with Green Bomb or Green Tree. In the Illuminati slaves, the deeper parts of their system are ritual and the demonology pertains to the various rituals that are done. The following is a sampling of Illuminati rituals. The blood rituals are used to attach demons to possess altars in a particular way. These rituals can't be separated from the programming. They are part of the programming. Illuminati, satanic, ceremonies. Assembling of the quarter regents. Beltane with hunts of slaves, fire festivals, and blood rituals. Bride of Satan ceremony, March 24th. Druid Feast Day, January 1st. Gladiators where the heart is cut out and eaten the Grail Mass. Grand climax human sacrifice and sex rituals. Invocation of Hecate is crowed. Lama Sabbath where a female is sacrificed. Half working, done before age 16 with Kabbalistic Tree of Life pathways. Rite of deification. Rod of Light ceremony, consists of text from Kabbalah, black candles, ram's horn blown, and victim's mother's name sounded. Sealing ceremony at 19 years of age for Mothers of Darkness level secret ceremony where people light. Sister of Light rebirthing water ceremony. Victim is bound and then pulled from water and wrapped up in linen, and a green branch is placed on the chest. St. Agnes Eve. St. Bartholomew's Day St. Walpurgis. Summer Solstice Orgy. For those who are not familiar with cult terms, the following are ritual items: paten, the holy dish, athame, or glaive, the knife used to sacrifice with, the wand or scepter, an ornamental staff which represents authority and usually has an electric shock, and the censer, to distribute burning fragrance. Chapter 4b, Hypnosis, continued. Chapter 4a. By Fritz Springmeier and Cisco Wheeler. http://educate-yourself.org/mc/ilumformula4bchap.html. Hypnotic inductions. Kaleidoscope eyes used in hypnotic induction and spinning 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 1. For many slaves the sign of Satan done with the fingers puts them into a trance, and deeper altars come out. 100, 91, 82, 73, 64, 55, 46, 37, 28, 19, 10, 1. Touching the head in a particular fashion is done. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
Deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper and deeper.
Already missed. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Deep, deep, deep. Sleep, sleep. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Sleep. Your beauty warms my embers. I see them glowing deep within the darkness of my eyes. Igniting
Your beauty warms my embers.
Seeing a head of glory, severed left hand, will induct people into Peter Pan programming. Books describing the occult use of the Hand of Glory in Ireland go back to 1830. It is an ancient practice. Baring Gould's book Curious Myths of the Middle Ages describes the recipe for using the Hand of Glory as a gruesome lantern during the witchcraft of the Middle Ages. I am the Sandman, and blow sand in your eyes, said while simultaneously moving the hand over the face to create the illusion of placing sand in the eyes. 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 2-1-1, 1-2, 1. You are now relaxed. Lights, in certain colors and sequences, have been used to trance altars out. For instance, a flashing red light may trance certain altars out. Tunnels were used as a powerful hypnotic suggestion. Bear in mind that people induct when A. physically or mentally relaxed. B. when their senses are overloaded or exposed to sense deprivation. C. when their equilibrium is disturbed. D. their motion is restricted, or E. their eyes are fixated on something. Janice Alex callbacks, end times. Main link to a systems programs to Alex coded 4433, 422, 3112. Scramble code to Alex is 3442, 431, 3221. Individual code to Alex equals 5543, 423, 2312. Link to Janice coded 332, 343, 2123. Report back X441062F. Main Janice tracking / reprogramming code Jan US 9300 Its backup code X44422061F. There is a Janice 2 computer at 666 Connecticut Avenue, Washington, D.C. Disinformation by the network is that the Pacer computer equipment is called Janice/Janice. Main ambassador code 673029860Z9861, suicide/fire, subcodes fire 97643F4200L, cut 97642C42DIL-L, suicide 97623542002L, towards violence 97613V4203L. Main emperor, ... .79622109mm8611 end time activation codes. Most slaves have end time programming. When a slave is called in with end time programming, they have pages upon pages of coded messages. A number of monarch slaves have been deprogrammed enough that they began accessing and spewing out pages and pages of codes.
Jesus.
Part of a sample of one of these is as follows. Israel is rising. Activate 366 United Nations 900 Bluebird pilots rise nations in place. Red China call back. Countdown, activate Alex. 3.7 LC94. Circle farms around the square. Mountains will come east side of peak. 39 activate. 52 activate. 42 activate Red China rise. 1.7 activate. The hour comes, AC Sun activate Africa. A rise in numbers of 90. 18 leader will have a down line of around 4 people which are coded red ray, yellow ray, green ray, blue ray. When the activation code hits a slave team leader during the end times, they will in turn activate their people, who in turn will have people who are team leaders and have a down line. At least 2 false callback alarms will be sounded, tested, before the real one. J Theta, Psychic Warfare. K Tinkerbell Programming, Never Grow Up /Alien. Captain or Captain, Captain, represents the programmer in Peter Pan Programming. Tinkerbell is a young alter created under Peter Pan Programming. Trans-dimensional travel right from your own backyard. The dimensions of your pyramid are to be 9 by 9 by 9 plus. Alien Programming by NWO, also involves Peter Pan Programming. Ride the light Peter Pan Programming meaning to go into hypnotic induction attached to a light that is seen when given a high voltage shock. This is given to make experiences seem like they occur in another dimension. L-twinning, teams. Cross-programming, for instance, a mother and a daughter team. 2 seals are placed on this cross-programming, a seal of cover and a seal of rape. Code, mother, minus mother equals 3/4 daughter holds 1/4 daughter, minus mother 1/4 daughter holds 3/4. Teams will be given code words for each alter who is part of a 2-system team. One system may serve as a father figure to the other system. Teams will be trauma and sexually bonded, as well as having mirror images with each other's names. A leader will have an upline and a downline for the colored rays. A leader will call the different colored rays to activate their programming. An Illuminati team ritual to create oneness and open their team boxes up to work together. Illuminati twinning face to face, draws a magical circle on the ground, joins Delta team hands forming a clasp ring. Blue is associated with this, then they all say, star within a star, circle within a circle, mind within a mind, body within a body, soul within a soul. Then the team places palm, their hands palm to palm, and then speaks 4 times, bone to bone, flesh to flesh, spirit to spirit, forever together, never apart. Then a 5-pointed star is traced in the air. To close the Delta team twinning box, the reverse is done. Then other things are to be said in the joining and opening ritual. A double deck of cards is used to program an Illuminati team of twins. One type of crisscross programming involves 1. A flower, 2. The stem, and 3. The root. The root involves blood sacrifices. This programming ties 2 generations together such as mother minus daughter. Soul metric military. And songs and nursery rhymes. Songs and nursery rhymes used as triggers. Note all of these songs have been used on other slaves too. Songs with monarch programming meaning and access parts soliciting behavior or thinking include nursery rhymes. Brahms lullaby. Hickory, dickory dock, flips the system. Hickory, dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock computer, the clock struck 1 time for system rotation, the mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock. Into the mouth vortex runs the mouse, and flips the house turns the system over. Froggy went a court and he did ride hickory, dickory dock. I had a little pony. I'm in love with a big blue frog, Jack and Jill. Mary had a little lamb, call to ritual connotation. Tones of Mary had a little I am or other telephone created tones, such as high-pitched noises to call people to meetings. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, reminds the slave that abusers are all-seeing. Old King Cole was a merry old soul. He'd call for his masters the three programmers, Peter Pumpkin Eater. Puss in Boots, this story is porn programming, ring around a rosy. 10 little monkeys jumping on the bed. 3 blind mice, Omega programming connotation with hourglass, twinkle, twinkle little star, sometimes associated with I'm dead. Songs, most of the Beatles songs were used for programming. Charles Manson was programmed with Beatles music. The programmers know ahead of time what are going to be the next hits, and they regularly call in slaves to directly make the lyrics to be cues for the slaves before the music comes out. For instance, the lyrics of Ain't That a Shame will make certain alters angry. For another slave, the lyrics Everything is Relative, in its own way reminds the person of the cult family and obedience. Angie, popular song for programming, A Mighty Fortress is Our God. Back in Black Blue Velvet Butterfly. The Candyman Candyman represents drug use for monarchs, plus other things. Christmas carols were used a lot on monarchs.
I knew it.
Country road song with a programmed meaning Take me the slave home to a meeting site. Crazy, to reaffirm loyalty to the master. Deja vu. Die walk your fire and rain. Prayer Jacques, Catholic Father John, sexual abuse connotation. Get me a ticket on a fast train, substitute master for baby in song, grandma's feather bed. Ghost Riders. Green green grass of home, go home program. Not happy till they go home to green fields, green leaves. Hallelujah chorus. Many Christian songs like this one are played while the victim is tortured. Handel's Messiah. Have thine own way, Lord. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me. 3. Charismatic slave programming. Partake tonight. Pronounce original over the radio. Hotel California. Sexual/ritual connotation. Song says, go to the chamber of the master's feast. We are programmed to receive. This song also tells the story of how Levi started the Church of Satan in 1966. I surrender all. Imagine, John Lennon presents a New Age script for people to be nowhere people. John Brown's Body. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Little Red Riding Hood, song played with hunts of slaves. Mary was an only child, from Art Garfunkel's Angel Clan album, Moon River. Over the Rainbow, obvious Wizard of Ounce programming. Playing with the Queen of Hearts, knowing that it really smarts, the Joker is the only fool who'll do anything with you, reinforces the warning not to play, tamper, with the programming.
How the fuck did he do that?
To play with this will really smart her. National Anthem. No more Mr. Nice Guy Revolution 9.
No
Rivers
more,
of Dreams,
Mr. Nice
by Billy
Guy.
Joel words are about walking in the dark, going through a river. Don't turn on the light on your internal world. Satin Sheets. Sins of the Fathers. Southern Nights, loyalty to the program's beliefs and trees. The way to heaven. Teddy Bear, programmer, helpless teddy bear slave connotation, Tennessee Waltz, handler is forced to prostitute slave. The blood will never lose its power. Tom Dooley, suicide, hang down your head Tom Dooley, hang down your A&D. Victim of love. When you wish
What's wrong, Wade?
song used for programming. White Rabbit, Alice in Wonderland theme made into a triggering karaoke CD. Wooden Heart. Yellow Submarine, drug connotation. O Zeta, snuff films. Zeta is the 6th letter, and its ancient meaning was a sacrifice. P sample codes for altars of a hypothetical system named Mary.